Good morning, good evening, good night, everyone. As always, it is I, Royce Dragon, and today we're being a lawyer some more. I don't remember what was happening last time, but I got it all set up. You didn't get the notification? You didn't miss anything, don't worry. You know what? I didn't do this for the last one, but I feel like... Oh, never mind, my hotkeys aren't working. YouTube Studio, where are you? Why... Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I was gonna take off my crown, but it oh, they moved me back to the right side. They haven't been coming in? It's cause Twitch notifications are weird. Why did I hit to... Okay, that's my earrings. That's shadow for some reason. What are... Yeah, that's what I mean. All notifications are weird sometimes. Okay, I gotta fix my hotkeys after stream. Okay, we'll just get right into the game. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Maya... So, what happened? Yell at me if my voices are wrong, because I don't remember them at this point again. Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea of who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof.
Wow, good going, Nick.
Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have.
Initial trial? What's that?
That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up.
So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Where am I going? I don't know. Detention center, I guess. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there.
I'm gonna turn down my heat because it's warm in here today. We're finally getting to spring here in Canada, I think. And yet, there's still giant piles of snow. So that's fun. Could you wipe that grin off your face?
Hey, WB, only 1 day left. Let's make it count.
Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either.
Please, this is no laughing matter.
Talk.
Yeah, I guess we're asking about everything today. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and...
And what?
Nothing, forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me about anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work have caught Vasquez's eyes. That's hard to say. Vasquez is it Vasquez? It might be Vasquez. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says John P.S., how high and all that. Yeah, I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Maybe after, because I don't plan to stream super long tonight, after stream maybe go to bed early.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. When he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? I guess we moving to the studio. Oh boy, I forgot about the old lady. Hold on, let me chug some water.
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive!
I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer.
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way.
She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna get anything out of her right now, but I'll ask all the questions anyway. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director?
Sal, he's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Maya. Yeah, this is one of the voices that I'm more sure I've done. About Mr. Hammer.
Yeah, I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
Okay, bye. That's all I needed out of you.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume, then he left from here to go to Studio 2.
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer?
Move to... Yeah, that said Studio 2. The lady's back. I don't remember what I did for her. Probably just my hot lady voice.
Hey, Nick. It's Sorry. Miss Visquet. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Woman, yeah!
Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and...
Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you.
Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh, dear. I have a feeling I'm getting even less out of her.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai.
I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai.
You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me! I know it! I know it!
Oh, dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Yeah. Nobody here is helpful.
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here.
I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Out we go! To go to the employee area. Move. Employee area.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time.
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's any other clues lying around.
Yeah! No touching!
If?
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean, I almost had a heart attack!
I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. For my take, indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. He's doing his job!
So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. That is the same bottle image. This reacts to the sleeping pills. See? If there's traces, it'll change color.
Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
I don't know, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on the plate had been laced with some sleeping pills. Looks like it. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa, talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth!
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right.
Yep.
Goodbye, we're going in the dressing room.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! And I'm really grateful for all you've done, but this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No!
Yeah, maybe lay in bed while I finish the case, and if you fall asleep, I don't mind. You can watch the rest of the VOD tomorrow. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
Yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too! What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Fisgay, the producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything, she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means! About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too.
The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? Oh, we're getting some stuff.
What do you mean the last Steel Samurai episode? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change the programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it. You definitely should go to sleep early tonight then. And all this week, I think. Why aren't they going to kids shows anymore?
The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true! If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure! Nick, say something!
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this.
What do you want me to show her?
The scrapbook! Take that!
And this is?
A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone.
You're right. Okay, but what can I do?
Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago.
Okay.
Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago?
Well, I can tell you from what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died?! It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Fesquet, managed to hush it up.
And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Fesquet asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know.
Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Alright, off we go to talk to Oldbag. Oh, I don't want to look around. Move. Main gate.
Why, you're still slinging around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over from me? The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick.
Don't worry about missing stuff. You're fine. You can always watch the VOD again later, like I always say.
Maybe we should keep a safe distance?
I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nichols.
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that? And the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun?
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. It's the sleeping pills, right?
Take that!
Mr. Powers had a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes. So?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There were traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes.
Except I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. Damn, we gotta do two tonight. I went all the way around. The bottle. This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints are found on the bottle.
I see.
Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. And that photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She had ties to the mafia. What? What do you mean she has ties to the mafia? I swear I've played this game before. I forgot that part. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand. She does look like a mafia boss. Yeah, you're right. Poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag?
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this. A photograph? Oh yeah, that's why it's bent. Wait a second. This is the picture. Is the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Well, I didn't mean to go to Right and Co. Take me back to the studio. I take it we are going to talk to Viscay. Present. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Hey, well... Old bag. Old...
She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Viscay, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
Huh?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer.
I would like to examine the pole first. I feel like that's important. Oh, apparently not! We're going inside. I moved to the wrong spot because I wasn't reading. Trailer.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager all of a sudden? Mrs. Gez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh, no, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me, what is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me.
But the security lady said it was an accident!
Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, as you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. It may be only the only time you talk, yeah. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He would have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now.
What? This is valuable evidence!
Boys? Send help! Send help! Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. Not the couch image! No! How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Viscay care all about it? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No!
Gumshoe to the rescue! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. D. Viscay, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now! Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared.
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just, I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Oh, I love Gumshoe. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? Diva Skye. Oh, we're at the trial now, I think. I'm gonna take a short break because I was unsmart and didn't go to the bathroom before stream. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned, so we can finish off the case. Final day of trial. I'm gonna scoop my coffee back so I don't knock it over. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Diva Skye to the stand. Miss Diva Skye is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. The woman returns. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Diva Skye. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer for Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it while I'm not here. Very well, Miss Viscay. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Ick, I know she did it. Make her pay!
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do this!
Get yourself prepared for some desk slams. I'm sure they're coming. By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop at the employee area?
No.
Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh dear. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. I almost desk slammed. I need to remember, don't do it at Edgeworth's. Only Phoenix. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same can be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears.
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No.
The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right. And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright? Oops. This game is so cheesy, I love it.
It was a 15-minute break.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
Sal.
No, I mean someone else?
One person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence she did that provided proof she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kind of wish she said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere.
It's the last one. This one. Because there's the steak that was not eaten or something. It's not here. Great. Let me cook. This one maybe? I don't know. Hold on, what did the van say? I didn't read it. I feel dumb. I'll figure it out eventually. PS Space, the PM, got my Google Studios. I'm just gonna put the steak one on her last one, but I don't think it's gonna work. Let me save. I must save Scum because I am bad at this game. Steak. What? That was right! Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Wait. Is it not a T-bone steak? They're not T-bone. I didn't realize that. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like an incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. Oh my god, I moved the mouse. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick.
I didn't mention it before, but I do like that they just let Maya be there with him. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear? Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Is it just the spear? This? Is it this? Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too with my fey blood.
Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. It didn't make a toll on my HB bar. That's good. Oh, I just realized, I think my alerts is covering it, so I'll scoot them down a little bit so y'all can see my HB bar when it comes up. Oh god, I switched the camera by accident. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove it's the spear. Now I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. That is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this, through the chest? Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Yes, I don't know if I have the stuff, but I do think I know. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see the murder weapon then. It was... I gotta go this way. Boop. This one. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have the order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret for all the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Viscay meets Jack Hammer outside in the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing stuff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of the argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting of the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. It's the van. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. It's the van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that all alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was discovered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? I didn't expect her to give up like that. So, what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? There certainly is a case. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof for Mr. Wright. What? What? God damn it, girl knows the legal system too well. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again, I guess? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? I know when to give it up, Mr. Wright. Welcome back, Demon Tears. Or welcome to the stream, Demon Tears. We're almost through this, the third case in Ace Attorney? Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! To come so far, only to fail. I hope you enjoy my acting here, Demon Tears. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness and Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. He did the Phoenix thing! I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You were the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see the little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes. Indeed, verily I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Yeah, maybe you should go to bed now, dumb guy. That might be best for you.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that...
Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite sorry. Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it." I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script in the direction notes. I didn't mean to open that. Oops. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination? Take some melatonin tonight, then, if you can't sleep. You really need some rest. Go take some melatonin and knock out for tonight.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. I don't know how I was going to read that again. I guess I should, probably, for people who are just listening. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. What time was it? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press harder. I will always press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
They weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help.
Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy? The witness will continue her testimony.
The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent.
My voice for her is just slowly going British for some reason. Mr. Powers is taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
Did no one go to call him?
Remember
what?
There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm?
You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around?
The other way around?
You discovered a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing.
Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue.
I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up.
Oh god. What did I do? Maybe full screen there. What was everyone else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent, so we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence.
It gets to a line as I sip water. Damn.
Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it.
Old Bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going towards the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use.
I asked to be left out of the proceedings.
You asked to be left out?
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us.
Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning.
I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes.
The script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Press harder. Why wouldn't she have them with her? Wait a second, I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Oh, yeah, I guess. She didn't know there was a murder before she got there. Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. Thank you, Edgeworth! Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script there because it wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth? What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this?
No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind.
She wasn't there! How do you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal. He told me.
He wasn't there either, I don't think. Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this on her here. Or everything we've done to them will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Let me look through. I didn't mean to do that. Only parses outside. I mean, if other police can power shut up. So this is the one I have to press on, I'm sure.
I don't know.
The steak. Nope, not the steak. I need to save after this. Ah! Oh, did I forget to slam? Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. I'm saving it so I can save scum because I'm gonna just spam random items until I get it right. Is it the picture? It's the picture! I don't know why it's the picture! You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. That's true! That's what it is! I didn't make the connection! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Yeah, go calm down, listen to some music, drink some water, play more Donkey Kong. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness? Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it! I don't know how, but I'm sure I can. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder.
Is it the accident, maybe? I think it's the accident.
This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Mr. Skaz? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dave Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
Save again.
Real evidence. Okay. Allow me to present to the court evidence proving Miss Vasquez's motive. I don't know why my brain's saying Samurai Scrapbook, but I don't think it's that. I'm gonna try it. This is my proof.
What the fuck, did I get it?
You didn't miss too much, actually. We pressed her on stuff, and we're trying to find her motive now. I hope you're feeling better, also. And this tells us why Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer?
I'd say it all proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles.
Mr. Wright, the court requests that you find your marbles immediately, and I'm afraid I have to penalize you for this waste of the court's time.
Damn it, I thought the music stopped. I thought I got it. Nick, we're so close. Think this one through, please.
Mr. Wright, I'll ask you again. Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What? What? What is happening?
Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. You should definitely play something that's calming to you after this. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Or I guess, like, play some music you really like some Kirby or Donkey Kong or something. Oh, we're getting a breakdown. Crunch! So, you did do it, didn't you?
Yes, I am guilty. It was me.
Yeah, we're not getting a breakdown.
Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez.
What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel!
Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No, Manuel! Okay, I can stop the desk glance for a bit if you want.
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez.
No! I don't know who's talking.
Please don't die. Please.
Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. Good. Breathe. Make sure to breathe. Take some deep breaths. They should help at least a little bit. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers is innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty! That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh my god, we're almost done. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know what Mr. Hammer... Oh my god, I'm bad at reading tonight. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder... It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Is it because of the Steel Samurai? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... Steel Samurai scrapbook? Why do you still yell take that, buddy? Because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids' show, and as the villain to boot. Ignore me like shaking my head every so often. My bangs are going forward into my face more than they usually do today. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Hello? Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Oh no! Don't break the news to him! Is something wrong?
No, of course not! Ah! Nick! Edgeworth!
I'm never used to seeing front-facing Edgeworth. I'm used to his court portrait. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Ex-boyfriends, that's what everyone agrees with. Ex-boyfriends, to rivals, to lovers. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. I hate to say that, buddy. I'm probably gonna see you next court case. I'm sure you can find that online somewhere. This is a very popular ship, if you couldn't guess from them being rivals in this game. That's what I came here to tell you. Damn, he really came here being like, go away. I don't want to see you again. Because I have feelings about you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if! They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess. He knows! He knows they're on the Rivals to Lovers pipeline.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
So the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Listen, I'd say look up Rightworth stuff, but you might find some spicy stuff. Though I've heard Ace Attorney has some of the sweetest fanfics out there. I do not know myself. I should look into it sometime. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again.
Pink Princess! Yeah!
It's the spiciest. I mean, it depends if you like BL or not.
Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? Pink Princess is played by Will Powers. I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Good on him. Play the pretty Pink Princess. And there's the end of that trial. Let me switch over to... actually, no, I won't switch over to chatting because it means we won't have... Oh, there's no BGM here anyway. I'll go to chatting and use that BGM instead. Alright. Because it is not that late, but I am tired because I've been hanging out with family all day. I'm gonna end stream now. Tomorrow, I'll continue the game and hopefully get about halfway through the next trial. I mean, if I beat it, I beat it. I make no promises about that. Oh yeah, we're free to talk after. I'm not going to bed early. I'm just ending stream early so I can preserve my voice. But I'll end stream now, and as always, what the fuck is my outro? Good morning, good evening, good night, and I'll see you all next time. Matane!